fun.
Perfume is loud, and only I can talk about. Feel good, feel good. You feel like velvet rubbing over my skin. And when your hair dances on the
big thing, big man, Barry's Hammond in the background, and we all feel good. We're in Water Square in Falmouth, a nice old look. It's a beautiful look early in the morning. I suspect it's a beautiful look during the day and at night also. And we're now joined by Mr. Mark Hilton, who is the manager of Historic Port of Falmouth, as we continue our cross-country invasion 2019. Morning, sir, and thank you so much for joining us. We just had a chat with the president of the Trelawney Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Christie, and he had some, obviously, words that seems like he's not too impressed with what's going on. What about this historic port of Falmouth? What is that, by the way, when you say the historic port of Falmouth? What's that?
Morning again. The historic port of Falmouth is a joint venture development between the Port Authority of Jamaica and Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. We started operation in 2011, and we just celebrated 8 years this month. Mm-hmm. We've brought into Falmouth over 5 million visitors since we opened up. This year, we are already at over 100, close to 200,000. Yeah. We had a record year in 2017, for the first time, over 800,000 guests. We're averaging since 2014, 700 guests per year. We are major investors in the town of Falmouth, but we feel very invested in the community itself, and we're trying to engage all the stakeholders to not just operate a terminal, but to bring the benefits to the community itself. And this is why we've engaged in projects like building a new craft market. We've started a new tour, which is targeting young, unattached male, a pedicab tour, which is non-motorized cycles, which conduct a tour, a historic tour from the terminal itself and go along the heritage trail and back to the terminal.
All right, so the first part of your answer what I would think is just amazing. The second part would seem like it's not filtering into these communities, into this town. Am I correct in saying that?
Well, there are expectations that have not been met, but as a port authority, we are doing things to get the visitors out. There's an issue with appeal. The cruise lines, the cruise guests have complained about appeal. So we need to...
Sorry, sir. What do you mean by that?
How the town feels, or the town looks like in terms of cleanliness, and more activities to take place to attract the guests. As I said, 700,000 cruise guests per year. We have 150,000 walking out into the town. We really want to see 200,000 walking out and spending more time. We're trying to move it from a position where the guests come out here and they spend 10 or 15 minutes. We want them to spend 30, 40 minutes, spend $10, $20, $30 per person, so that the benefits can come into the community and the people benefit. That has changed over the past 2 years, because what we've done, we've engaged the stakeholders. We're working with the police, we're working with the local authority, and so more people are coming out, more people are spending more time, but we want more. And it's a process. We want to get there where the town is flooded with the guests. We want to move them from the terminal into the town. It's a process, it's a partnership, and we're working on that, and we're hopeful, we're excited, as a matter of fact, that it's going to happen.
So the port itself, a little birdie told me that it looks very much like foreign. We get inside and it's bright and beautiful, but there are lots of stops in there that are pretty American. We've got Starbucks. Do you think that is where we want to place our focus in terms of welcoming tourism here, or should we be placing our focus on having more craft kind of business inside, Jamaican-owned businesses inside, so at least expose them to a little bit more of Jamaica when they get here?
Well, that is not just a focus. There's a segment of the market which is interested in Starbucks. There's a segment which is interested in juicy beef patty and tasty. And there's a local patty outlet operating on the terminal. There are local craft traders operating on the terminal. There are coconut vendors, there are fruit vendors operating on the terminal.
So you're saying it's a wide variety of
Yes, we offer variety.
Okay.
It's something I'm not certain I understand. Well, I understand. But if I am coming from Canada and I come to Jamaica, I want to see Jamaican stuff. I don't necessarily want to see the stuff that I leave in Canada. Or no?
Not necessarily. There are market segments. And there's a segment that want to see Burger King. But there's a segment that want to see jerk. And what we're doing, we're catering to all the audiences.
Yeah. Are you comfortable that all the audiences are being catered to?
In terms of the guests?
Yeah.
Yes, we're comfortable. What needs to happen in Falmouth, we need to have more attractions, more activities closer to the resort center, not for the tourists to drive all the way out to Montego Bay and to Ocho Rios.
Because
we want to have
currently
them
that's
here.
what's happening now. The
That
majority
is one
of
of
the
the
tourism that are
challenges
coming
now, yes.
into Falmouth
But,
are being
right,
bussed.
and there are some of the private sector organizations, outfits trying to address that. But we need to do that in a more organized way and to move faster.
In an earlier response, you were suggesting that some of the tourists kind of don't like the look of the town, or I don't want to misquote you. Is that being looked at? Are you trying to correct that?
We're trying to correct that, and that is why the Port Authority has built a new market to the tune of about $100 million, because a year ago, what you had were the blue tarpaulin structures, and people complained about how the town looked, and it was tacky. Now we have a structured craft market. The guests complained about drivers out at the front of the terminal gate once you exited, and they were harassing you. People were just pushing in your face, do you need a taxi? Today, we have engaged in a partnership with TPDCO, Jamaica Vacations, and the Ministry of Tourism. And so the drivers are now moved away from the front of the terminal. They're in a structure. There's a dispatch system managed locally. And so the guests are able to walk out without being bombarded by taxi operators. Craft traders are in a structured craft market. Through our tourism partners, there is an entertainment package, a cultural package taking place whenever there's a cruise vessel in port, so guests can participate, guests can engage in the local aspect of what we have to offer.
You spoke of this craft market that is established and very sanitized and wonderful, but is it something that is affordable to the general public to be able to have a space in that craft market? Can I get up and say, okay, I have my business here and I want it to be noticed by the tourists? Can I come and say, hey, I want to rent a space? Is it affordable for the common man, for everybody to just come in and do that?
Well, we consider it to be affordable. We have had some challenges with our partners, the craft traders, saying that it's too expensive, and what is happening now is that we're going back to the drawing board discussing the rate for the craft market. So currently the market is occupied.
It's full.
It's full,
to
completely
capacity.
full to capacity, 44 shops. However, at the moment, we're not collecting the rent. So we're reviewing what structure we're going to use to get closer to what the vendors expect to pay in terms of their monthly rental.
Some people might think it's there already, but are we going to get to the stage that Falmouth is looked at as a Ocho Rios, as a Montego Bay, as a first choice area for me to come and have a vacation?
Well, I am positive it will happen. I know there's one of our cruise partners right now which considers Falmouth their first choice in Jamaica.
The port?
Falmouth.
The town?
Falmouth, the port of Falmouth, which is the town.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So you think we're almost there, you think?
We're close. We're close. One cruise line out of about 5 which call in Falmouth. So we're close. We have another large cruise line which have excellent reviews about Falmouth. But as I say, I don't want to paint a picture that is all rosy. There are challenges, but the approach of the Port Authority is a multi-agency collaboration. Jamaica Vacations, TPDCO, the Jamaica Tourist Board, the Ministry of Tourism. And so that's the approach we're taking, not just going it alone and not just feeling comfortable within our confined space, but stepping out of that and stepping into the community and doing engagement with the local authority, the police, the various other agencies, because we believe in this town. We are invested in this community.
Final question. Can everyone work together and everyone be happy and everyone earn? Or for you to earn, you have to take people from Montego Bay, and from Ochi to earn, them have to take people from you. Can Ochi be great and Falmouth be great and Mobay be great at the same time?
I think we all can be great. Falmouth is offering something different from Ochi, it's offering something different from Montego Bay. What we want to offer is where the guests can come into Falmouth and walk out and spend time in the community, sit at the corner and play domino, come into Water Square and just get their suntan in Water Square, visit a heritage site in Falmouth. That is different from Ochi and Montego Bay. The pedicab tour, which I spoke about, is something kind of unique to Falmouth. It's not in any other terminal right now. But you can ride a pedicab straight into town and back to the terminal, and the guests are giving excellent reviews about that. Not just about seeing the historic sites, but the interaction with the local guys who offer that tour. And that is something that is targeting young men in the community who were unattached, and they've changed their lives.
Brilliant, sir. Thanks a lot. And
My
by the
pleasure.
way, our prayers have been answered. The drizzling stopped, which is fantastic. All right, Mark Hilton, manager, Historic Port of Falmouth. And we certainly hope that everyone just works together for the benefit of the folks, the local folks, that they can earn, they can feel good about their space. I just like it. I just love what I see.
I think it's a wonderful space.
I just love what I see.
So
I hope everyone will work together. And again, I'm repeating myself, but to the benefit of everyone. Going to take a break. More on cross-country invasion in Falmouth at Water Square when we come back.
Listen, me no daughter. Listen up, baby. Listen up, baby. I know you're tired of the stress and the strain and the city life. Ooh. Come make we drink jelly water. Yes, I. Darling, make we make another escape from the hustle and the bustle tonight. And I don't know where you wanna go, but I'm willing to take you there. Girl, just be who you wanna be. Once you're with me, baby, I've no fear. So much beautiful things to see. Girl, don't waste a life. And there is only one love to give.